All right, here we are for the first round. And we would like to play first. Thank you for asking, Magic Online. All right, this looks nice. 2, 3, 4 drops, mana to cast it all. He's playing white. Suntail Hawk. Absolutely do not care about that card. Kind of happy that he's playing it, to be honest. It is just not a good Magic card. All right. So, we can cast Fire Shrieker or Advocate of the Beast. General play would be to cast Advocate of the Beast. He's representing a potential counter here, but whatever. All right. Scroll Thief. Okay, well, that made our decision easier. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go for Marka the Vampire because that would basically that means that we'd be attacking this turn and we could be potentially giving up a card to Scroll Thief, which is not something that we want to do. At the same time, we have the beatdown going here. All of that was nullified by Rumbling Baloth. We're going to play it. We're going to get a counter on it at the beginning of our end step. We still get to attack him. Like, it's just a really good draw for us here. We can play it safe. So basically, if I attack with both, we get in for 2 damage. I play the Rumbling Baloth. If he untaps and plays like Time Ebb on it, then gets to hit us for 1, he gets a card back out of it. It's kind of annoying, but frankly, he would have to attack then, and then he's taking 4, plus we get to replay the Baloth. I think getting in the 2 damage here is worth it. And if he doesn't have the Time Ebb, he doesn't get to attack us at all. So also, we give him a chance to make a mistake there, because he might just not block at all. You know, because people want to keep their Scroll Thief, and any trick that we have would kill it. So, right now he's just going to attack with nothing, including the Suntail Hawk. So it looks like he probably has an Nephalia Sea Kite here. Other considerations that we need to keep in mind are cards like it's not Dispense Justice anymore. Whatever it was, the white Celestial whatever, and it says target player sacrifices an attacking creature. So if we only want to attack with Rumbling Baloth, which might be a choice here, for example, then we would risk losing that. So what I think I actually want to do, so we've got 2 choices. We can Quag Sickness, the Suntail Hawk, or even the Scroll Thief to just get it down to almost dead, or we can Fire Shriek, and I'm going to Fire Shriek. I'm going to equip it up too. I'm going to put it on probably the Predatory Sliver here. If he has the Sea Kite, though, it'll just trade off. If he has a Sea Kite and I equip it to the Advocate of the Beast, and he plays Sea Kite and he double blocks, then I have to choose whether I want to kill like the Scroll Thief or the other guy, and that's just kind of lame. So I'm just going to put it on the Fire Shrieker here and just attack with the Rumbling Baloth, or excuse me, the Fire Shrieker on the Predatory Sliver, and I'm going to attack with both. He doesn't have any blocks as it sits, and if he has the Sea Kite, then this will still trade for whichever one I choose. This way, if he casts the Celestial thing, I can sack the Predatory Sliver, and I also protect my Advocate of the Beast, which is going to keep making this Rumbling Baloth bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's see what he actually has here. If he double blocks here, of course, I get to kill the Suntail Hawk and the Scroll Thief and not lose my Predatory Sliver, which is also nice. And like the umbrella over this whole decision is, by the way, I'm attacking for 9, over half of his life total here. So all right, looks like he's just going to... Oh, you got Nightly... What do you have? 3 mana. He could have that Valor... Oh, Fortify. Well, that's a strange play. Because if he would have double blocked, he could have killed my Predatory Sliver and traded for the Suntail Hawk. Alright, well, I guess we won that game anyway. We were doing pretty good, but that was a little strange. Definitely think it's correct to bring in the Plummet here. I mean, the card we saw from him wasn't good, but in blue-white, like, you're going to have targets for that thing. And so I like that play. Mind Rot's good against this deck as well. I don't think I want to bring in the Duress until I actually see what I need. Mark of the Vampire, probably not that great versus him. He's not going to be racing us that often, I don't think. Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, I think a Ranger's Guile is going to do a lot of that work for us. And we don't necessarily need to take on the risk. This is a keep. We get to start off with the Deadly Recluse, which is going to blank a lot of his cards, including that one. And then, and now that we've drawn a forest, we get to follow up with the Witch Stalker, which is going to protect, which is going to just start beating him down. Doomblade, your move. All right, so that's something that we're going to have to get rid of at some point here. Definitely annoying. If I attack here, I can get in for a damage. He's getting us for 2. I'm trading 1 for 1 damage, basically, at that point. But I get to follow up with the Witch Stalker, and then if we draw a land at any point, I'm going to blank this thing entirely. Also, I wouldn't mind making this trade at all. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and attack this turn. Witch Stalk you, go. So I traded a point for a point there because my assumption here is that I'm going to be able to put up more power and be able to race him. Or if I want, I can put the brakes on by just stopping attacking. All right, so Master of Diversion. That's a card that is not really going to do anything here. I mean, it can, but it doesn't necessarily. So I've got a few options. Again, always options. He can't target this. So if I just don't attack with Witch Stalker, then he can't attack with his Master of Diversions because I'll just block. I, though, can attack with my Witch Stalker. Then he's going to attack with Master of Diversion. He's going to attack with everything. And I can Ranger's Guile and eat his Master of Diversion. So I will have traded my Ranger's Guile for his Master of Diversions. Another play I can make that's decent is I can just play Giant Spider. I can attack with this and then just play Giant Spider. He attacks with Master. He probably taps down the Spider, and then I can trade Deadly Recluse for the Master, or I can just not. I can just start beating him down. If I were going to do that, then I would play the Spider, and I would play attack with both and play with the Spider. He takes 4, he goes to 15, but then he takes us down to 11, and I don't really like that race that much when we have this many good cards in our hand. So I think I'm going to take a more conservative route here. We've got more cards in our hand, all spells, good stuff for the late game, and I think I'm just going to play the Giant Spider and say go. I don't really feel the need to race him at this point. And he doesn't have any attacks outside of the Phantom. Once I get this thing going, it starts to get out of hand pretty quickly. And also I have attacks next turn. All right, so Air Servant's pretty good. He's going to try to set up a big turn where he can attack with Master, tap down one of our blockers, like mainly this one, because the Air Servant can attack through a Giant Spider, but we have a Ranger's Guile that can prevent that. We've also got another Giant Spider that we can use to double block with. So my plays this turn are Giant Spider, say go. Maybe even Giant Spider attack with this thing. Or Predatory Sliver and leave up Ranger's Guile so that I can block with Giant Spider, Ranger's Guile my guy, and eat his Air Servant. Both of these seem like pretty reasonable plays. I think I'm going to attack with Witch Stalker either way here, though. So if I play Spider, he attacks, let's just say he attacks with everything. He taps down Deadly Recluse. He leaves me with 2 Giant Spiders on blocks. Yeah, he can't attack with everything then. Yeah, I'm just going to play another Giant Spider. The reason I want to get the Spider out of my hand is because if I draw a land next turn, I want to have the option to either play a Spore Mound or a Woodboard Behemoth, or I want to be able to... yeah, I just want to have that option. I want to be able to play one of those. Otherwise, I'll just play Predatory Sliver and leave up Ranger's Guile next turn. But this uses up every bit of my mana, and it leaves me in a spot where he's going to have a really hard time actually attacking me. I mean, with anything other than that Phantom Warrior. Opposing Sovereign. All right, that's annoying. I'll give you that one. All right, so we hit this, so that's good. It's a good start. I think I like just playing Spore Mound here. Interesting, because if I play the Woodborn, I guess all the creatures enter the battlefield tapped, right? Creatures yeah, they just do it. Even our tokens will. So that doesn't really change much as far as which one of these I play. So I guess I'll just play the bigger one. And I'm just going to say go here. I do have an attack with the Witch Stalker, but it's starting to get really risky because if he has that whatever that card's called, the Fortify the Peasants or whatever, the +2/+0, he can just kill us. This thing can start attacking next turn, and if we just keep hitting land drops, it gets pretty lethal pretty quickly as well. Yeah, so he still doesn't have any actual attacks here. If he plays another creature, he just keeps playing creatures, which is kind of the scary part. Yep. Here's another one. All right, Lay of the Land. A little awkward here. We're definitely going to use it, though. All right, I am going to start things off with an attack here. The problem, of course, that we face is we're facing a big glut of attackers here that could kill us, but we're also dying. Like, we can't just do nothing forever. I have to keep things moving forward in any way that I can as far as actually attacking him, because while we have the ground fairly locked up, he still has that opportunity to just get us with that one spell, and also this Phantom Warrior is just tearing us apart. So he's just going to take it. Yeah, he just took it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play Predatory Sliver, and I'm actually going to play a Lay of the Land, but I'm not going to play the land yet. This could bite us potentially, but it's fairly unlikely. And I just wonder if getting an extra Spore Mound token is better. The reason why it could bite us is because Woodborn Behemoth needs to get up to 8. This would be 6, 7, 8. If we hit running lands, it'll put us a turn behind. But if we draw anything else at any other time, then we're going to get an extra creature out of Spore Mound, which could definitely matter given the fact that he could be setting up for an alpha attack here. If he does, though, I think we'll be in decent shape because we're going to keep up Ranger's Guile for the rest of the game. So his Master of Diversion trigger is going to, whatever he targets with it, we're going to be able to foil that. And then hopefully that'll throw off his all-in attack. I mean, he's going to start taking big hits here. Like these things hit you. I can attack with this and this the turn after next after we get the Spore Mound going as well. We got to see more of his deck as well. Air Servant and Charging Griffin. Quite nice for our Plummet that we brought in. So if we happen to draw that, we'll have some really good targets. We're going to keep that in if there's a game 3 here. This is going to be a close one. He's going to need a big breaking spell to get through. And right now he doesn't have it. All right. And there's our Plummet, just right on time. So now that we've drawn the Plummet, I kind of like attacking with these two guys and not playing the Spore Mound. I'd rather just keep the Plummet up. Because I'll trade Witchstalker for Air Servant and any two of these other things. Like he could put Master and Charging Griffin in front, and then I'd kill the Charging Griffin with my Plummet and 2-for-1 him. So let's hit him big. We've still got the Ranger's Guile trick that we can use as well. All right, looks like he's going to start chump blocking now. I like that. All right, I'm going to play this land, and I'm just going to say go. Since keeping Plummet up is more important than getting Spore Mound on the ground, I'm going to start playing the lands just in case we get up to this guy to get him to an 8/8 with trample. Thanks to this Plummet, we might be able to make a big move next turn as well. We can kill Air Servant on end step, and then potentially we have just tons of great attacks here. We just got to make sure we don't die to the Crackback. Normally that's where Spore Mound would come in handy because you can play a land, get 2 blockers up, but this thing's really puts a pinch on that. Now if he ends up trading or blocking with this, then we're safe, but we won't know that before the attack, so it makes that attack a lot more sketchy. Or if he can just chump a few guys and then kill us or whatever, that's what we need to avoid. Let's see what he does here. Still sending this guy? Or are you fully... No, you're still sending that guy. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to Plummet on his end step. I want to get the token on or the counter on this thing. If he's got a negate. Ooh, that's a good one too. All right, that makes our attack even better. I think I can attack with this, and this pretty safely at this point. Yeah, let's do that. That way it's lethal, 4, 7, 8, 9. So he has to block something here or else he's dead. I have no idea what that question's all about. All right, so he's going to just go for the eat on this thing. So now we have a decision. We can Briarpack Alpha to pump up the sliver enough to kill the Air Servant, and that's probably just the right play here. Otherwise, we can even trade our Ranger's Guile for the Air Servant if we really want. And if we really want, we can Plummet it too. Like we can just sort of back up and Plummet it here. But 4, 5, 6, 7 isn't quite enough to kill him. Or actually, it is. That's also another play we could make with Ranger's Guile back up. Yeah, maybe we just kill him. He's got 2 cards in hand, so there's a few things that could go awry here, but let's just go for it here. Obviously, we're going to target this. If he goes to try to... All right, so he just scooped. All right, well, we have to play around all this stuff, but I think that was well worth the risk. I mean, since we had the Ranger Scout backup, even if he had a targeted removal spell of some sort or some way to interact, we could foil. I mean, there's a few things that he could have that would do it. The Pay No Heed or something like that. You know, I don't think that targets... I'm just going to look it up right now. Pay Heed. Prevent all damage from a source of your choice. So, like, if he had that, then he could get us. But even then, we were in a bad spot. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the second round.